What is so fantastic about the Palos Verdes Peninsula? Well, I can give you one main reason, and that is it's gorgeous. Hello, look around. Palos Verdes Peninsula, anybody? Anyone? Yeah, it's gorgeous, but if you need more reason than that, 4 other reasons. Palos Verdes Estates, Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hills, and Rolling Hills Estates. My name is Jessica Pace. I'm a realtor here in LA County. My office is in Rolling Hills Estates, and I know a lot about the Palos Verdes Peninsula. So let's talk about it. What do you want to know? Well, I'll tell you what I think you want to know, and then if you have any questions, ask in the comments below. The Palos Verdes Peninsula is a very unique place to live. There's just nowhere else like it, especially in LA County. The 4 cities include Palos Verdes Estates, Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hills, and Rolling Hills Estates. Very different sections of the Palos Verdes Peninsula. Palos Verdes Peninsula juts out. It is sort of the southern part of the Santa Monica Bay, and it is such a wonderful, wonderful place to live and certainly to visit. Number one, its beauty. The views from the Palos Verdes Peninsula are stunning no matter where you look. If you are in Palos Verdes Estates, you're going to be looking north towards the bay and the beach cities. You're going to also be seeing beautiful ocean views out as far as Malibu. If you are in Rancho Palos Verdes, you could be looking out at 180-degree views of that Pacific Ocean, and on a clear day you'll be able to see Catalina and perhaps the Channel Islands. And then on the Rancho Palos Verdes east side, we call it Mira Leste, you can see the Terminal Island, San Pedro side with the beautiful, beautiful view of the Vincent Thomas Bridge. That's one of the biggest ports in the world, and it's right there with views from the Mira Leste side. And then from the Rolling Hills and Rolling Hills Estates side, I took a hike through Rolling Hills and Rolling Hills Estates this morning, and I was able to see the Hollywood sign, downtown Los Angeles. I was able to see Century City, and I had views of the ocean, Santa Monica Bay, and Malibu beyond. So the beauty is unparalleled to anywhere else in Southern California, in my opinion. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Yeah, this place is beautiful. Yeah, awesome. Love to live there. But what does it cost? All right, well, let's talk about cost. The average cost here in the Palos Verdes Peninsula, that's through all the cities, that's Palos Verdes Estates, Rolling Hills Estates, and Rancho Palos Verdes. I took the average cost of all 3 median price points, and that's about 3.75 million. So looking to get into this market, if you have 3.75 million, you are solid. The median home price in Palos Verdes Estates is about $4.7 million. So you can get in underneath that, but the median home price there is 4.6. For Rancho Palos Verdes, 2.45. As you know, there's parts of Rancho Palos Verdes that are dealing with landslides, so that is affecting the values in that part of the peninsula, but still beautiful, beautiful places to live even on the perimeter of that landslide complex. Rolling Hills Estates. Now, Rolling Hills Estates has its own vibe, more equestrian feel, inland, not as many views, ocean views as PVE or RPV, but Rolling Hills Estates does have a median home price of 2.25 million, so you can get into that market for 2.25. And then Rolling Hills is its own little gated community. There aren't a lot of homes in Rolling Hills, so it's a little bit harder to get the math on that. But the Rolling Hills area, the median home price is about 5.7 million to get into that market. Keep that in mind. If you have the finances for that type of purchase, then I would recommend using those funds to buy a homestead here on the peninsula, because as you can see, not bad at all. And it looks like this is a private lot right here, hasn't been built on, and when they do build on it, guess what? That's your view. That is Catalina. Beautiful, beautiful Catalina behind me, Catalina Island. Great place to visit if you are local and you want a little weekend getaway. Views of Terranea. Point out there is Terranea. That's a resort here in town. Beautiful resort, great place to have a bite to eat, come and visit. If you are a visitor, use that as a landmark and definitely have a drink there or have a bite to eat, or at least go for a walk along the bluffs at the Terranea resort. Gorgeous, gorgeous place to visit. This is a really good example of a high-end home here in Rancho Palos Verdes. We're right down the street from the ocean here. As you can see, it's right here. As you can see, quite luxurious. Let's go take a look. This home is on the market for $8.98 million. It's a 6-bedroom, 6.5 bathroom house. It has over 6,150 square feet. And look at this view. Unbelievable, unparalleled in the world, perhaps. This is one of the most beautiful places on earth. If you live in Palos Verdes Peninsula or know friends in Palos Verdes Peninsula, it's called the Hill. So when you're up on the hill, or you have a home up on a hill, or your office is on the hill, that's a term of endearment for Palos Verdes. I can't tell you how many miles of hiking trails there are in the Palos Verdes Peninsula, but there are a lot. I hike quite a bit here in the Rolling Hills area. Rolling Hills Estates and Rolling Hills has some incredible hikes, including the one I'm on right now, which starts at the George F. Canyon Nature Preserve off Narbonne. Hiking is certainly one of my favorites, either on foot or on horseback. Along the trails and the streets in Palos Verdes is California peppercorn tree. This is a California peppercorn tree, and they grow all throughout the peninsula. And these peppers, actually, when dried, they're not exactly like the peppercorns you buy in the store. These are pink peppers, not the black pepper varietal, but pink peppers. And you can eat them when they're dried. They have a kind of a spicy pepper flavor, same as you would get from eating a black peppercorn. But yeah, they are edible apparently. I looked it up online, but please do your due diligence before you pick anything and eat it from the wild. But yeah, they turn into these little spicy nuggets. Where I'm standing right now is Rancho Palos Verdes, but across the canyon here is Rolling Hills. So as you can see, a lot of the neighborhoods are intertwined. It becomes very unclear where one starts and where the other ends. But here is Rolling Hills. Rolling Hills is a gated community. You cannot get in there without going through the security gate. So really nice houses look across the canyon, and you can see they have views. Big lots, big houses, lots of square footage. This portion of Rancho Palos Verdes is just so idyllic. The homes here are really beautiful. Lots of very nice architecture, country style, but modern. White picket fences, you see fountains, and it's quiet. You can hear birds and crickets. Very nice place to live. So I'm on the Mira Leste side of Rancho Palos Verdes. Mira Leste in Spanish is look east. So we are looking east towards the Terminal Island area, San Pedro area, as well as Long Beach. And the Mira Leste side is very beautiful. Much different views from a lot of the peninsula. You're looking out towards that industrial area, the Vincent Thomas Bridge, and it's actually quite lovely, industrial, but in my opinion, nice. And the Mira Leste side is going to be windy roads, smaller streets. There's no slides that I'm aware of on the Mira Leste side, but it is going to be kind of tucked back away from everything. You're not going to have the accessibility or the walkability that you might have in other sections of the Palos Verdes Peninsula. The Palos Verdes Peninsula School District runs the school system on the peninsula, and it is a fantastic school district. Look it up on niche.com. Whether you're in elementary school all the way up through high school, there's going to be a great program for you, an incredible school there, and an incredible sense of community as well. So if you live in this area, you will find that it's very tight-knit. You are going to know your neighbors. As far as shopping is concerned, there's great shopping in the Palos Verdes Peninsula. There's the Peninsula Shopping Mall, which is in Rolling Hills, the Peninsula Shopping Center, and in that Peninsula Shopping Mall, there is an ice skating rink where LA Kings are sponsoring this ice skating rink. My little one actually has ice skating classes at that rink. It's a great program for kids, and I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. I mean, can I go back to being beautiful? I absolutely love driving along Palos Verdes Drive north into Palos Verdes Drive south. That drive along the coast is just quintessential California with these rocky cliffs that jut down into the ocean. All right, so this is Palos Verdes Drive south, if you can see down below. This one goes all the way along the peninsula, all the way through the bluffs. And then as you turn this corner into Palos Verdes Drive east, this is gonna take you up into the Mira Leste section of Rancho Palos Verdes. Really, really beautiful drive. Hey, remember those days when people were like, hey, let's go for a Sunday drive in the nice car? Yeah, this would be the Sunday drive if you did that, if that was a thing. I don't think people do that anymore. I think they want to stay out of their cars if possible. But as you can see, Catalina, there's Catalina right there. And Avalon is going to be on the south side of the island. So that's where you would go if you were going to Catalina. This Palos Verdes Drive east, which is this road that's going to take us up the hill. We're going to drive that up into Mira Leste. So I'm at the Mira Leste Plaza. This is still in Rancho Palos Verdes. Mira Leste is a part of Rancho Palos Verdes, and there's a little commercial pocket here. So we have a little automobile shop. There's a little jiu-jitsu studio that my daughter's practiced at. Really cute, family-owned business. There's not a lot of commercial in the Mira Leste side, so you are going to have to find these little pockets that pick up those last minute things. If you want to do a big shop, you're going to have to go to the South Bay side or down into Rancho Palos Verdes. What's it feel like in Palos Verdes? It's suburban, definitely suburban, but it has a rural feel. So you have this sense of like, where am I right now? It just does not feel like Los Angeles. So there's like horses crossing the road. So sometimes you'll have to stop and let a horse cross in front of you. It's kind of cool. The City Hall of Rolling Hills Estates has a place where you can hook up your horse. I mean, where else ever in modern day can you go to City Hall and, for lack of a better way of saying it, leash your horse and then walk in and go to a city council meeting? I mean, that's just kooky and cool. I just love that. And another thing I love that's kind of kooky and cool is that there's peacocks everywhere. Now, the residents of Palos Verdes Peninsula might not appreciate it as much as someone who doesn't live in the city limits. But for me, a hiker, I love coming across peacocks. I think it's amazing when you are walking down a trail and there's a peacock scurrying in front of you. There are a lot of attractions on the Palos Verdes Peninsula, and I'm a big fan of this area, so I've done quite a few things that I would recommend, including the Point Vicente Lighthouse, beautiful views out towards Catalina. Sometimes you can see whales or dolphins out there. I don't think I've ever been out there where I didn't see dolphins. I'm a big fan of going to Terraneo Resort. They have some restaurants there that I really like, including Nelson's. Nelson's is one of my favorite restaurants because it's right there on the cliffs, and they have great food, and it allows you to park and kind of walk through the hotel, which is beautiful, but also along the trails there on the coast. In the South Coast Botanical Garden, there's like 38 acres of botanical garden that you can explore, walk through. It's stroller friendly. It's all paved, so you can walk all through the park there. And at certain times of the year, depending on what's going on, they have community events in the spring when the roses are blooming. They're incredible, and their cactus garden is next level. What else? What are you into? What are you into? You like to play tennis? They have tennis. You like to play golf? They have golf. You like to hike? They have hiking. You can hike to tide pools. I mean, Palos Verdes Peninsula has so much going on for outdoor activities and lots of shopping, places to eat. They have all the amenities that you could possibly want. You're in LA County, so whatever you need, they have it. And if they don't have it, cruise down into the South Bay. The South Bay certainly has it. South Bay has incredible malls, lots of shopping, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, whatever you need. It's a stone's throw away. So making that proximity to LA and LA County makes Palos Verdes Peninsula extra special. Some of the negatives of Palos Verdes Peninsula is that you are removed. If you do live deep into the Rancho Palos Verdes side, where you do have those incredible views, getting through the Palos Verdes Peninsula into the South Bay or LAX airport, or into Los Angeles, it's going to take time. There is risk in the Palos Verdes Peninsula, as is national news right now. The landslides that are happening in the Rancho Palos Verdes side and the Rolling Hills side of the peninsula. There are people displaced because of these landslides, and it's a real issue for homeowners in that area who have lived there for decades. Also, as you can see around me, I'm on a trail. There's a lot foliage. It's very dry this year. Well, that takes care of the landslides for this time. It's not without risk for fire, as we've seen in Los Angeles County. Where do you want to put your homestead and hope for the best? Living in Palos Verdes Peninsula does come with some risk. It is a high fire area. If you look at any of the natural hazard disclosure reports, it will be checkmarked high fire. For insurance, that's going to add to your insurance costs. My name is Jessica Pace. I am a realtor, and I'm here in LA County, but my office is in Rolling Hills Estates. So I am very familiar with what it's like to live on the hill, and I can help you navigate your search as a buyer. If you are looking to sell in this area, I can certainly help with that as well. Give me a shout. My number is in the comments below.